So to me, Bradley is a second home. It always has been, and it really always will be, no matter where my life takes me. The amount of relationships and experiences and opportunities that Bradley has provided me has been endless, and it will be for the rest of my life. And I want to make sure that I can give back to Bradley just as much as Bradley's given to me. So that can mean anything from, after I graduate, working with alumni relations, to even now as a current student running for office. I want to make sure that I can be the voice that students can have the same experience that I've had, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing to me, is making sure that I have made the change that I want to see, and I've also made the change that others want to see, because no matter how many students at this school, it's all our school, and really everybody's voice matters, and that's the most valuable thing to me, because Bradley really takes that into consideration, that student feedback is just so strong, whether that be from the students or with the administration. Everybody's opinion matters, and that's how it should be in the whole world, but that's how it is at Bradley. So as I stated in my previous answer, I really do value the amount of student feedback that we get and the amount that our student feedback is taken into consideration. And I think that a lot of students would agree that our school spirit is lacking. And while I don't necessarily think that's the one issue that Student Senate should be focusing on, there are a lot of other issues that are going to lead to the school spirit being improved. So people want school spirit for a school that they love. And while everybody, for some way, shape, or form, loves Bradley, they chose this place and this is what they call their home, where they can start the rest of their lives. But as in any other situation, there's always going to be something that can be improved. And I think that Student Senate's one job is that we need to find those things that need to be improved. And while that can be anything from raising sexual assault awareness on campus, not just in the month of April, but throughout the whole year, and also focusing on the diversity and inclusion, but just the inclusion aspect, saying that it's not just race, it's not just gender, and we really want to make sure that those issues are resolved where the students want them, because that's when school spirit's going to increase. They're going to want to cheer on the team and cheer on the school that they love so much. So my biggest thing that I have always preached is that I really think that student organizations should collaborate with each other. I find it kind of funny that we have more than 240 student organizations, and it's a surprise when 2 of them partner up for an event. And I think that that's something that can really change, that I want to have a part in changing. I also think that, like I mentioned, school spirit is really big, but there's going to take a lot to get to where we want to be. I also think that Student Senate as an organization needs to be a little bit more prevalent on campus. While we've made great strides within the past 3 years that I've been here, I still think that there's always room to grow and there's always room to go, because we can run for these positions and we can hold these positions, but if some freshman that comes in doesn't know who they can go to, then that means we haven't done our job. And I really want to make sure that that is something we focus on as we restructure the Student Senate, and we're reaching as many people, if not everyone, in the student body, because that's what they are going to respect, and they want to feel comfortable they can go to someone. So that is really something that I want to see change within the next year. So with my current experience on Student Senate as the Speaker of the Assembly, I've had a lot of opportunity to be in meetings with our President and meetings with our Provost, and that's been an amazing learning opportunity. As a business management leadership major, especially, just kind of seeing how Bradley is moving and changing, and using the things I learned in the classroom to move forward and have a say in where Bradley's going in the next 5 years. Obviously, everybody's going to have a different opinion where they want Bradley to go in the next 5 years, and really it's being unbiased is about taking a step back and looking at it from a different angle, making sure that everybody's opinions are heard, because everybody's opinions are just as important as the person sitting next to me, and everybody has a different viewpoint given their role at the university or given how long they've been at the university, and taking all of that into account is really important to make the best decision. So I've had a lot of experience where I've been in situations where I do have an opinion and that opinion needs to be heard, but just like I said, everybody's needs to be heard, and I think that's how I can stay unbiased, is making sure that other people's opinions, while they don't change mine, they can change where we need to go. For this term, our student body officers, so Jenna, myself, Kelsey, and Caitlin, we did 2-on-1 meetings, and I really, really, really liked how those went. And I think that we did those at the beginning of the semester, and given all of our schedules, it was so hard to get together and do those again. But I think that those really tackled a lot of issues at the beginning, and I really think that it's just about finding what's going on in that person's life, because a lot of issues are attributed to other things that sometimes not everybody knows about. And while I don't want to push anybody past the boundaries of what they're comfortable sharing, I really want them to know that I'm a resource for them at any point in time, rather than just an authority figure that oh, if I mess up, Dave's going to be mad or someone's going to be mad. I want to make sure that the person, A, knows what their job is. I think that's a really important part, just right off the bat, knowing what they need to accomplish and how I can help them accomplish that. Because at the end of the day, we're all headed for the same goal, and I think that keeping that in mind is really important. So I also really want to just, again, me being that approachable person that they can come to, and if issues arise, then I want to make sure that I can help in my in the way that's best for them and for me, and for Senate in general. So it's a lot of areas that you have to think about when an issue does come up, but it really is important because at the end of the day, it's all about how we're performing for the student body. So it doesn't matter how many organizations someone is in or what they've done for the school. That's all great, and that shows how much that someone cares for the school. But I think I represent the student body the best because I am so passionate for Bradley and where it's headed and where we've come from, and me being involved in a lot of organizations does help. I get to see the university from a lot of different standpoints, and I get to meet a lot of different people, and that's how I can get close with those people for them to feel comfortable with giving me feedback. And while we have senators in cabinet, it is important for all of us to feel the same way that I do when I'm so passionate about Bradley that I want to see something change. I want someone to feel the same way that I have, like I said at the beginning, because the amount that I have learned and things that I've gained from this school are just endless, and I could go on and on and on, and I don't have enough time on the camera to say all that. So I really think that I am a good representative just because I have good relationships with a lot of the administration already, given my experience on the Student Senate. I'm very well known to the student body, which helps with that approachable aspect, because I really do care how everybody feels about Bradley. So at the end of the day, I'm really excited to have this opportunity to represent the student body, and I hope you feel the same.
God damn, this is 12 minutes long. Thanks, Dave.
Oh my
Is
gosh,
that-
stop.